Welcome, students. I am Aurora, the artificial intelligence system on Spacegate Station. In this episode, the scientists aboard Spacegate Station will be helping you to understand the basic structure of an atom. They will also discuss the relationship between atomic structure and the periodic table, as well as what the periodic table represents. Please stand by for transfer to Spacegate Station.
Welcome, students, to Spacegate Station. I'm Dr. Carafano, the Chief Science Officer here at Spacegate. We're real happy to have you here today.
Dr. Carafano, I have been informed by the student's teacher that the lesson they are studying today has to do with atomic structure and the periodic table of the elements. Their teacher was hoping you could review the information with them.
I'd be happy to, Aurora. You know, students, the lesson you're covering today has a lot to do with the experiments I'm presently working on in the lab.
What are you working on, Dr. Carafano?
Well, you see, I'm trying to discover what this material is made of. It was taken from the surface of an asteroid by a probe that visited 16 Psyche.
Processing. 16 Psyche is a large M-type asteroid located in the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It has a diameter of 140 miles and is thought to be composed mostly of metal, which is highly unusual for an asteroid.
Thank you, Aurora. Now, we don't have a lot of time with our students, so we probably need to get started. How about we go ahead and get the first question?
Receiving student question transmissions.
Hello, Dr. Carafano. My name is Journey, and I would like to know what an atom is.
What a great question. You see, students, atoms are the building blocks of the universe. Now, atoms contain small particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. And these particles interact with other particles and the environment to create more complex structures, which we call molecules.
Hey, Dr. Carafano. My name is Bentley, and I would like you or Aurora to tell me what a proton, neutron, or electron is.
That's a really good question. And you know what? I think I'm going to let Aurora field this one.
An atom has a nucleus which is made up of protons and neutrons. A proton carries a positive electrical charge, and neutrons have no charge or are neutral. They are both about the same size. Electrons are very tiny, negatively charged particles that orbit the nucleus of the atom very quickly. When atoms join, they make molecules, and when molecules join, they make compounds. It is this process that explains how all matter in the universe is constructed.
That was well done, Aurora. Let's go ahead and move on to the next student and see what their question is.
Hey, Dr. Carafano. My name is Jolieanne, and I would like to know if you or Aurora can explain what the periodic table is.
We'd be happy to. The periodic table is an organized representation of every element that exists in the universe.
That is right, Dr. Carafano. The periodic table is important because it provides information about elements and their relationships in one easy-to-use reference. Scientists use it to quickly refer to information about an element, and it helps them understand the behavior of elements and chemical reactions and provides a foundation for studying substances on not just our planet, but in the universe as well.
You see, students, in order to use the periodic table like a scientist, you have to understand how the table is set up and organized. And I think Aurora could probably help us understand the rules that govern the periodic table.
Processing. In the periodic table, each element is represented by an abbreviation. The elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic number in horizontal rows called periods. The atomic number is the number of protons found in the nucleus of an atom, which uniquely identifies its element. No two elements have the same atomic number, so scientists can use them like a fingerprint to identify them. Because the pattern of properties repeats in each new row of elements, the elements in a column have similar properties and are called a group or family of elements. The groups are designated with a number. Elements are divided into two main classes, which are metals and non-metals. As you can see, most of the elements on the periodic table are metals.
That was a great explanation about the periodic table, Aurora. Perhaps we could go ahead and move on to the next student and see what their question is.
Hi, my name is Daniel, and this question is for Aurora. What do you mean by metals and nonmetals?
Of course, I would be happy to. On the periodic table, the elements to the right of the heavy stair-step line are nonmetals. The elements to the left are metals. Nonmetals are elements that share very specific properties. They are either a gas or a very brittle solid, which means it can crumble easily. They are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Metals are those elements that also share very specific properties. They are very shiny and are solid at room temperature. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are malleable, which means they can be pounded into thin sheets. They are ductile, which means they can be stretched into wires. There is a special group of metals that make up the largest section of the periodic table located at the center. They are called transitional metals. They have all the same properties as regular metals, but they also can be magnetic and, in some cases, even radioactive.
That was a good job explaining the rules of the periodic table, Aurora. You know, I think we only have time for one more question from one of our students.
Hi, Spacegate. I'm London, and I have a question. Are all the elements in periodic table found in nature?
Well, that was also a really good question. You see, students, there are 118 elements on the periodic table, but only 94 of them are found in nature. The rest, well, they were created in a laboratory by scientists.
Processing. Scientists create elements by adding a proton or neutron to a pre-existing element. This can be accomplished by smashing them into the atom with a particle accelerator, or by colliding atoms with each other through nuclear reactions in a special type of laboratory.
Thank you, Aurora. That was great information. Well, students, I really enjoyed helping you learn about atoms and, of course, the periodic table. You're welcome to come back anytime and learn more about science. Well, you'll have to excuse me, though. I really need to get back to my experiment. Well, Aurora, why don't we go ahead and say goodbye?
Goodbye, students. I enjoyed helping you learn about science as well. Terminating communication with Starbase Florida on Earth. This concludes our latest episode of Spacegate Station. Please join us on our continuing adventures as the crew of Spacegate Station provides engaging enrichment or remediation-based instruction to improve your understanding of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Terminating communication with Earth.